Hi, I'm Dr. John McGuire, Professor of French Horn from Colorado State University. Today I would like to give you a few pointers on the 2017 Colorado All-State Audition Etudes. First, let's start with number 59. There are a number of important overarching ideas that you should be aware of with this etude. First, style should be at the forefront of your preparation. Yes, notes and rhythms are always important, and you cannot expect to have a successful audition without all of the correct notes and rhythms. But that is not what will grab the judge's attention. Style will. Along those lines, be sure to bring out the lyrical quality of the first half of this etude. It should always be smooth and very connected. More on this in a moment. Next, the second half of the etude is more separated. It's not faster, it just displays a different character. Accentuate this difference in style. Always count your rhythms accurately and always play with a beautiful, pure tone. Finally, in your practicing, try singing each of these phrases. If you can be accurate with your voice, you will likely increase your accuracy. Okay, now let's dive into some of the nuts and bolts with this piece. As with all music, make sure you check the key signature first. In this case, it's in the key of A major with 3 sharps. Being well acquainted with the A scale and arpeggio will greatly aid your preparation. The next thing to look at is the time signature, which is 12/8. This means that there are 4 beats per measure, with each beat having an 8th note triplet. If you notice, the first 2 bars are nothing more than an A major arpeggio at a piano dynamic. The key to playing this convincingly is to play as smooth and connected as you can. Use one airstream for the entire phrase rather than separate airstreams for each note. And don't try to play softer than is comfortable. It does you no good to play so soft that notes don't speak. Bars 3 and 4 are similar to the first 2 bars, only now on an E dominant arpeggio at a slightly louder dynamic, mezzo piano, with hairpins. This phrase should sound a little more emphatic than the first, with a little more intensity. The third phrase is louder still. Here, the line returns to an A major arpeggio, only starting a little higher than the beginning. Also, note the hairpins in this phrase as well, which go down to a piano dynamic. This needs to be obvious to the listener. In the middle of bar 6, we see 8th notes moving up the A major arpeggio with a marking of staccato under a slur. Play these notes with a clear, distinct, but connected articulation. Don't slur them, but also don't play them with separation. Bars 7 and 8 are a combination of a scale fragment and another arpeggio. Keep the line smooth while also making the hairpins clear. Tapering the last note, while not indicated in the music, is also an elegant way to end this phrase. The second half of this etude differs from the first in a couple of notable ways. First, the line leaps around more. Second, it goes further with its dynamic contrast. You will need to be sure the louder volumes are clear to the listener. Lastly, as I mentioned earlier, the style changes. It incorporates more staccato, so be sure to bring out the lightness and separation on these notes. In bar 9, note that the line is piano. This is important not only because it is what is in the music, but if you play a good piano, then the forte coming up in a couple of bars will be even more effective. Here, we also see an arpeggio-type figure. As you play this bar and bar 10, make sure to not fragment your airstream, which can be very tempting when playing staccato. Keep using a single airstream, and you should find that the wide leaps will actually be easier. Next, notice that the pickup into bar 11 is forte. Play with a strong sound here, but never so loud that you can't control the tone. Also, note the accent on the downbeat. There aren't many accents in this etude, so when there is one, bring it out and make it obvious. When playing this type of accent, you should think about leaning on the note. This is achieved with the air rather than with the tongue. After the first 2 beats of bar 11, these 2 bars return to utilizing arpeggios again, A major and E major. These bars can be challenging because of the descent into the low register. It is easy to let the volume decrease as you go lower, so you have to actively think about keeping it strong all the way to the low E. The pickup into the last line is back to a piano dynamic, so make this contrast as clear as you can. These 2 bars are nothing but 2 beats of a partial scale followed by a 3-note descending arpeggio. The shape of the phrase is identical, so make sure that you follow the hairpins closely. The last two bars, again, use the A major arpeggio. Be sure to bring out the staccatos as well as the final crescendo to forte. In the final bar, the accents should be brought out. If you do them correctly, it will help give the line momentum as you descend to the final A below the staff. Thank you for taking time to watch these instructional videos. I hope they have proven to be helpful. Should you have any questions or would like further help on these or anything else horn related, please don't hesitate to contact me at any time. I'm always happy to help.
Thank you.